Hello, CEOs. Hello, hello. I hope you're having a lovely week and looking forward to the end of it. I hope you had a really productive one. So it's going to be all about Q&A today. So just come and ask me anything. Because I figured instead of sometimes I obviously come and create content and come deliver content to you, but I also want it to be a two-way dialogue. So if you have questions, come on live and ask me. I already have people already put them in the post. I've had people DM me. And I have a few market research calls today that have identified some questions as well. So I will share some of the response I gave to those people today. So let come join me. Let me know that you are live, and you can. There we go. Because it's going to be more helpful if you're actually live, because then I can answer your question directly. So before we start, let me just introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me very well or new to the group, my name is Obehi Alafoje, OB for short. I'm a psychologist and productivity coach, and I help five-figure business owners scale to six figures in their business by teaching them effective productivity strategies that they can use to make sure they get things done and they don't burn out in the process. Hi, Dr. Linda. I got your question. Hey. All right, so I'm going to kick off. I'm going to start with what I'm going to say. This is the rules of the game. To come in, drop. If you haven't dropped a question elsewhere before and I don't have it, feel free to drop it inside the chat and just hit my question is, and then ask the question. How can I, or how do I, whatever that question is, and then I'll be able to answer it. I'm going to spitball today, so I'm just no preparation. Because I'll answer your question as I would if you're working with me, and this is the kind of thing I'll come up with. For the most part, though, because there's no real dialogue, I don't have enough time to go deep with you. You're going to be able to do this if you book a strategy call with me. I offer 4 to 5 minutes free strategy call to group members. So you can access it, but you have to apply. I only have 3 a week. So if you want me to go deep with some of the issues that you're struggling with and how tips that can work for you specifically, then you would have to book one of those calls. So I just wanted to share that out for you so that you know. Okay, oh, guys, thank you. Linda said I'm looking gorgeous today. Yes, okay, I'll tell you guys something. Every Thursday, I've decided I'm going to wear a dress that I paid for, that I haven't worn since, COVID, and literally get dressed, makeup, and go about my day because Thursdays are my busiest days anyway, and I might as well look good. So that is the plan. At least that would get me out of pajama bottoms. So I'm trying my best. Okay, so let's start with Linda's question. So Linda, I'm just gonna go to just go into the page just to check it again. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Linda's question is this. I'm going to read it out loud. Linda said, by the way, Dr. Linda is a content strategist, and she helps female coaches build programs by sharing content that converts. So that is Dr. Linda. And Dr. Linda's question is this. I'm a great starter, but sometimes lose interest in projects. How do I keep the interest high and finish strong without wanting to jump ship to the next new thing? Yes, Linda, do you know how many people I've spoken to last week that had this exact problem? So you are definitely not alone here. So the first thing I want you to consider is this. Every project has a beginning, middle, and an end. And every project has a middle where everybody dips. Everybody. There's nobody that says, oh, I love the middle of it. Mm-mm. So the first thing is to get it out of your head that you ought to ride or not have that sticky middle. Okay, so everybody will have it. So let me just get that in your head in terms of the mindset. You're going to have this sticky middle. The one that you want to bail on because it's boring and it's just drudgery. That is normal. What you want to be able to do is plan for the drudgery. What you want to do is plan. The beginning is exciting because usually it's new, it's creative. If you're the creative type, you'll be so attracted to this particular part of it. It's exciting. The middle is hard, the end is sweet. The end because you can see the finished article, and all of a sudden you can decide whether or not you're proud of that finished article, if it was worth it in the end. But you cannot get to the end without the middle, which is why a lot of people abandon projects and then start new ones because they're afraid of the sticky middle. So the first thing is to assume that you're going to go through the sticky middle. The second thing is to plan for your sticky middle. So if you have a project and you say, for example, Linda, since you're on the call, let me know what project you're currently working on that you're worried you might jump ship on. Let me know what that is, or maybe a previous one in the past, just so that I can be more specific for you. But in terms of hi Eve, hello Eve, it's been a while. So that's the first thing for Linda. The second thing is to plan for the sticky middle. Therefore, what does that look like? Think about how long a project's going to take you. So if you think a project is going to take you 3 months, okay, and if you're someone who underestimates how long something is going to take them, double it. First, second rule. Okay, so Linda said she's working on a new product-based business. Okay, and so I would take it that the end game is that the products get to the market, and the middle is the creating, talking to people, trying to get how to sell it. Is that it? And at the beginning is you coming up with the idea and strategy about how it might go. So let me know if I've got that right. So when it comes to it, is that right? Okay, awesome. So the end product is the thing you get to say, here it is, and people are buying it. Hold that vision in your head because you need that to be able to go through. But you also need to be clear why you're doing that project or that business. So if it's a new product for you, Linda, why are you doing it? Why is this product important to you? Who is it going to benefit at the end of the day? And I think I know this project. This is a doll. You're working on a doll for kids or something. So if you put it in your mind's eye, who is the little girl who's going to get this? And why is it important for them to get that doll? You kind of want to have that in your head. You kind of also want to have an image of that girl. And that might mean having a photograph of someone. And I know you have two daughters, two little girls who would probably be excited to see that doll. So you might want to have an image that you can see, especially if you're a visual person, something that allows you to say, this is why I'm doing this for. Because that's the first thing, keeping the goal and the reason in mind. If you normally underestimate how long something will take you, double it. If you think 3 months, it's 6 months. Okay, and then you have to realize 6 months, I haven't got 6 months to do this project. That means you now know you need to get help. If you're sure you don't want it to take 6 months, if you're happy with 6 months, go for it. If you're the kind of person who is a very hard, they usually know 3 months is how long it's going to take, no more than that, and you usually stick to it. Perfect, Linda. Okay, so let me know if that's helpful for you. So the first thing is to be clear that you're going to have a sticky middle. The second thing is to be able to keep the real reason why you want this goal in the first place. And the third is to plan for the sticky. So in the 3 month time frame, the sticky middle will usually be month 2. So you either need to be able to get more support around this stage. You need to either change where you do the work. So if you were working in a home office, tell you the secret. Look at the time in the old days before COVID. Can you imagine now calling it COVID in the old days? In the old days before COVID, if I'm working on a project and I'm in the sticky middle, I would go to a fancy hotel lobby and work from there, or a fancy office and work from there. I don't know what that's going to be like because I don't know. Different places have different lockdown situations. Somewhere where you will have to do the work. So I will go to a fancy hotel lobby. I will order lunch there. I will do champagne and I'll get champagne to reward myself before I leave. Always the sticky middle. The beginning, I don't need a reward. I need it in the middle. So this is where you're going to plan your reward around. So let me know, Linda, if that was helpful for you. And if you have more questions, pop it in the chat. Eve said time blocking is what I need to do. Okay, Eve, let me know what your question actually is. So Eve, let me know the question. My question is, how do I, and let me know what you want. I'm going to go into the second person's problem now. And this person said, I have overwhelmed. I feel overwhelmed trying to do all the things and not doing any well. So this is another typical problem. If you are ENFP, INFP, this is probably similar and familiar to you. In terms of you have shiny object syndrome, you will always have new ideas, you will always want to find the ideas, and you will always want to escape doing the thing that you started. Again, similar to Linda's problem, I want you to think about the reason why you're doing it in the first place. And for you, the doing all the things is because you have new ideas being generated. Okay, and this one is from Emma. So Emma Lavelle asked this question. So new ideas keep generating in your head, and so that is just how you are. That's how you are. There's nothing wrong with that. What it is though is I need you to focus on one project at a time. Okay. When I mean one project at a time, I don't mean I have a podcast that I run, I have a course that I'm doing, and I have a group program that I'm trying to design. That's not one project. That's the whole business. So one project is to pick, say for example, in this case, Emma is trying to get to now doing, hold on. It is not, no, this is not Emma, but anyway, podcast, that's the one. So, but it's not Emma who's doing the podcast, it is, sorry, Stacey. Sorry about that. Sorry, Stacey. So, same problem, trying to do all the things you're not doing a lot well. And working on a podcast. The podcast is the project. That's the only thing that I would want Stacey to be working on. Podcast only. Nothing else. So whatever time blocks, if there are things that you're doing normally in your day job, you're doing your normal client, you're doing your one-to-one, all the things that you're doing is still running, but you're not starting any new project besides just the podcast. So any support that you need, any breakdown of the goals will be around that podcast. All roads lead to podcast. If someone comes to you about writing a course, if someone come and sell you something about selling a course for copywriting, okay, you get to say no, 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 and no. You can save it if you think it's going to be useful next time. But to be able to focus and not be overwhelmed, you do need to focus on one project at a time. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. I know she's not here on live right now, but I hope that answers that question. Okay, so let's answer Eve's question. Eve says, I get stuck in the day-to-day activities of life and can't find time to do longer term things for me. I want to carve out time consistently to focus. Okay, I love this. Thank you, Eve. Okay, so Eve, let me ask you a question. This time you want to carve out for what longer term things like what? What is this longer term project that you want to carve out time for? Let me know in the chat. And then we're going to talk about these stuck in day-to-day activity because I think we all do that. There are things that run. We have families to look after. We have homeschooling in some cases. You have a day job. Some people still have their day job. I still have my day job 3 days a week. So you still need to be able to prioritize some of those things. So those things, they're not movable, will always have a system. So Eve, let me know if you're still in your full-time job. I think you might still be. But let me know if you are or not. And what you're trying to carve out time for. That would be helpful. I think you're live here. Okay. Hi, Jem. Hi. I spoke to Jem today. Jem, you want me to answer that question again, or do you have a question that you want to, another question you've got for me, Jem? Just put that in the chat. And put that in the chat. And I was going to share another conversation I had with Jem earlier today, but I just wanted to say a tip, really. And Jem, you do have an opportunity to ask me another question. So earlier, there was a question around how do I focus on, I have too many things to focus on in a day, okay? Too many things to focus on my to-do list. And what I said is that we need to be able to have only 3 things on your to-do list. Okay, this might sound scary for some. Only 3 things. You cannot do more than 3. Especially if you are your Myers-Briggs personality end with a P. Okay, So ENFP, INFP, ESFP, INTP, the P's. You are what we call prospecting brains, okay? You go looking for ideas. Your brain is constantly scanning for new stuff, okay? So which means you get distracted really easily. And because you get distracted, you can start one task, which leads to another one, which leads to another one, leads to another one, and then you realize I've done a lot of things today, but not the main things I ought to do. Okay, so what I want people to do, and I just said to Jem, I said that with Jem today, so I'm going to share it with you. It's simple, sticky note, post-it note. We have a pink one, bright pink, or red. I don't know if that coming out well. Red, pink. We have a green, and we have a yellow. I don't know if that's coming up well. Yeah. Okay. Simple traffic light system. If you think about it, red light, yellow light, green light. Okay. Play that game. Traffic light. So what we want to do, if you are prospecting, you have no business having more than 3 things on your to-do list. Okay. I said it here first. No business having more than 3. And I want you to think about 3 things. The main thing you ought to do is going to go in this pink one. This is the big gun for the day. If you do that, you'll be great. If you do that, you'll be proud. The big gun for the day. Okay? Once you finish that big gun, you have this one, the green one. The one that's not the green one, the yellow one. The one that is good to go. Once you finish the other one, you can do this one because this is the next important one. And then this is the one that you can say, on the green one, they say if I did it today, it'd be good. But if I don't, I won't feel bad about it. It can move to tomorrow. Tomorrow it might become red, but at least it's there. Okay, so keep it simple. Doesn't need to be complicated. And what you do with your sticky note, when you're ready, you pull out your red one and you stick it on your laptop like that. So when you try and get distracted, you just look down, you see what you're working on. Okay, you don't touch any other post-it note. You don't go looking to what am I doing today? You don't go checking your diary. You don't go checking your schedule. You're not checking nothing. Look at it. Look at what you're working on. That's it. Okay, so the minute you start scanning for something, it will catch your eye. Once it's done, you do the loveliest thing, which is to just and then put that in a bin on the corner because you can see all the work that you've done that day. It will just show there. And visually, I did a work today because you can see all the crumbled paper in the bin. So that's the tip I'm going to say. I didn't finish sharing that with them today, but that is how I use it in the beginning, especially if you feel like you got a brain like a squirrel. Okay? So that is that. So I'm going to answer Eve now. So Eve said, yes, still full-time, trying to progress, plan for the future that would involve a change, and then outside of work, have time for health, fitness, and fun consistently. Okay, this is self-care. Yes, it's time for yourself. Here's what I'm going to say that you're not going to like, Eve. And I know Eve got 2 kids. And I'm going to say to a lot of you who mums on the call, Dr. Linda, a few of you. Yeah, so I'm going to say it. When you're booking time in your schedule, I would like you to book time for yourself first. Yes, time for yourself first, then your kids. Can anybody hate me now? Don't worry, you'll get over it and you thank me later. Schedule yourself first. If I've made you feel uncomfortable, let me know in the chat. Show me some question mark emojis if you want. Schedule yourself first. I promise you, you're not being selfish. I promise you, you're not being selfish. I promise you that your kid would thank you for it. I promise you that your spouse would thank you for it. Schedule yourself first. And what I mean, what does it look like? You open your calendar and you say, where am I going to put myself? Yep, 5 o'clock. That's what I mean. That is tough, yes. Jem said it made it feel better. Awesome. That's tough, but I understand. I love the idea, but how do you stop yourself shifting it? Here's the thing. You have accountability. And let me tell you what you're going to do. It depends. And then to answer me, Eve, what do you want to do with time for yourself? Like, what the activity you're hoping for? Let me know. And while you're telling me that, I'll give examples of what comes up for people. I want to be able to go for a walk, to do fitness, get some exercise in, go for a run. Okay, not me, because I'm not really running at the moment. I'm just gonna walk. I'm okay with that. But I want to do exercise. So once you put that time for yourself, you can't shift it. But I'll tell you how you can get away with it by making sure a friend is on the phone with you while you do your walking. In other words, you are scheduling a conversation with a friend, so you can't let her down. Just because you're not seeing her in real life in terms of the fact that there's COVID and lockdown, but if you schedule a call, you can do that. If it's your next door neighbor and someone you can physically go out for walks with, then you get them to come to the door to pick you up. So you can't let another person also down. Okay? So it's one thing, but you need to schedule it first. You need to schedule time to have conversations with your friend or time to have quiet time. It can be when the kids have gone to bed or whatever, but you do need to be able to schedule that time. Okay? So Eve, let me know if this is helpful. Okay, how do you stop yourself from shifting it? By getting accountability, so that someone else stops you. Someone else will help you do it until it becomes routine for you to always go for the walk when you go, or go for a run, or have a conversation with your friend with wine by Zoom. But it will always be consistent. Yeah, Eve said, I want to use the time for exercise, rest, and building future planning like a strategy for life. Exactly. Eve, I know you, so I know for a fact that if you have the kids, you have to allocate an hour, call it CEO hour. Okay, you heard me say this before. Allocate CEO hour, and that way 1 hour could be 90 minutes. It could be a time when the kids are not there. It also be the time when they've gone to bed. That might be when you do it. But either way, you need to schedule it in. You know your family, you know what they need and don't need, but you need to schedule yourself in first and use that time. But here's the kicker. You cannot schedule a time, Eve, in a time block that you're already knackered. That will not work. You won't use it. Because frankly, you need to sleep. So find a time in the day that you know that your energy is high enough for you to concentrate, but you have quiet time to do it. Your children are old enough to be able to say, do not come and bother me until this particular time. So you need to be able to put boundaries on your kids. I don't care who you are. Some kids are more challenging than others, but for the most part, kids understand boundaries. I need to be left alone for an hour. Unless the house is on fire, you don't come and touch me or don't talk to me. You're going to have to be as harsh as that. Okay? And you're going to say, well, when I finish, we're going to all go and do this fun thing. Okay, so you need to be able to give, not just say, oh, just leave me alone. You want to say, listen, I've got this thing to do at 4 o'clock. So I would appreciate it if you sort yourself out, sort out your snacks, sort out your lunch. Do not come and disturb me. But when I finish, we'll go and do this dinner or watch a movie together. Okay, but you're going to have to put the boundaries in. Your kids need to see you take time for yourself because it's a message that you're telling them that they ought not to take time for themselves when they become parents themselves. Look at the whole. Let me not get. I'm going to get off my soapbox in a minute, but don't let me get started on that. So that's what I would say. Okay. Okay, I think that is all the questions I've got. So thank you. That was a really good Q&A. I could do this more often, shouldn't I? Q&A. Jem said they listen to their teachers, so have started listening to me now. Exactly. I mean, see, the cheek of it, though. Like, okay, so a teacher can tell you this, but you come home, I say, do you like giving me mouth? And I know this because I live with an 11-year-old and a 7-year-old. And it's all about boundaries. It's not easy, but it is what it is. And we just have to be able to do it. Take the time for yourself. Okay, if you don't do it, no one will do it for you. That's the bottom line. So there's nobody coming to save you, no one coming to insist you must do it. You will have to do it yourself. Okay. Yeah, 13 and 9, exactly. Okay, that is me. Thank you very much. I hope that was helpful for you. If it was, let me know in the comments. I can come back and do more of these. I have a funny feeling this works out. I think I like to do it. I like to spitball. This is easy. I don't know why I didn't think of doing it before. So I will come back and do more of this, probably once a month or something. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. If you want to book a call, 45 minutes, track the call, I will put the link for you and you have to apply for it. I only have 3 a week, so I need to give it to people who actually need it. So if this is you and you want to see how I can help you, then go ahead and book those calls. Thank you so much, and I will see you again next week. All right, bye, guys.